A lot of people have asked me how to install Node.js and Node version manager, especially on Windows machine. As we know that the Node version manager and Node.js is commonly used on Linux-based operating systems or Mac-based operating systems, but especially in order to install it on Windows, I'm making this video so that people who are using Windows machine as their dev environment for Node.js or Node version manager, you can definitely install as well as on Windows also. The Node version manager on Windows is a bit different from the Node version manager which we use on Linux or Mac OS, but still it solves the purpose of running multiple Node.js installations and whatever the version we want to use for a specific project or for multiple things, we can definitely do that. So the video is all about installing Node.js, the full-fledged server-side runtime environment for JavaScript, as well as the Node version manager to manage multiple versions of the Node.js on Windows machine. In order to install Node.js on Windows machine, we can just go on to google.com and search for Node.js. Once we search for Node.js, the first link that would be available in the search criteria would be your nodejs.org. It is the official site from where we can download the Node.js. Once you click on, it actually makes you move on to the website. And if you see, by default, it automatically tries to pick up the operating system and gives you the installation options. There are two right now for me, which is Windows 64-bit version. One is the LTS, which is a long-term support, 14.17.5 if you can see on the screen, and the another one is 16.6.2, which is the current and the latest features or the latest release. So LTS is a long-term support that is available by different companies where you have a peace of mind that this particular feature or this version would be supported in terms of updates or in terms of certain security updates or anything from the company for a considerable amount of time. So whenever you try to install any software, just go with the LTS versions if it is available by that company. So let's click on the 14.17.5, the LTS, or 16.6.2. For the video purposes, I'm just going to demonstrate the 16.6.2. It's a current version. So let's give it a try. Once you click on, it will actually start downloading it from the website onto your PC. And once it is downloaded, we are going to run this MSIA installer file so that the Node version gets installed on our PC. So it's just kind of downloading it, almost done. Yes, so here we go. So we can just open the file. So it would start the installation for us. Node.js, setup wizard, and this is typically like a kind of a setup wizard which you would have used under various software for Windows installation, and it also follows the similar kind of setup wizard. So just calculating the computing space requirements, and yep, it's taking a while. Okay, so yes, the setup wizard will install Node.js on computer. Next, Node.js is licensed, some kind of a license, and yes, we accept the terms in the license agreement. Next, it typically specifies the file folder path where the Node.js installation would be done. By default is this path. If we want to change, you can change it from here. We go with the by default path. There are certain kind of stuff that is going to be installed. One is the Node.js runtime environment, NPM the package manager, Node package manager, online documentation for shortcuts, and add to path. So add to path is something where when you want to run Node from a terminal window or from a command prompt window, you would be easily be able to like access those commands because the path has already been added to that. So let's go with the next one. It all looks good. If you want to do and automatically install the necessary tools or Chocolatey or other script So let's not go into that. Let's just install the vanilla version of Node.js. Okay, next. And then we say install. So it will take a couple of minutes, would do all the necessary stuff, and then would see that the node is going to be installed in the specified folder as specified in the path window during the setup process. Okay, it's computing space requirements, validating the install, updating component registration, removing files, removing shortcuts, just taking a while to complete and finish off with the installation. Removing backup files, copying new files, still doing some jobs to finish off the installation. Okay, sounds good. So it looks that the Node.js has been installed. It says click finish button to exit the setup wizard, and it has been successfully installed. So if we finish it, okay, it looks the Node.js is installed. In order to verify that the Node.js is installed, we can open up a terminal window, or we can open up a PowerShell command prompt. So once we open it up, and the normal thing is to just run node and press enter. So if you see this prompt, definitely the node has been installed. So it says welcome to node.js version 16.6.2. So it looks all good. And if we press Ctrl C 2 times, so we are definitely going to exit from this node terminal window. Okay, so that completes the installation of the Node.js. Now let's move on to the Node version manager, how we can use to have multiple installations of Node version manager, and we can definitely run multiple versions on the same machine depending upon all the requirements of our project. In order to install Node version manager for Windows, just search for Node version manager for Windows on Google. The first link which you'll find for the GitHub is definitely going to be for the Node version manager. This is an open source kind of a software that is provided to manage different versions of Node installations on Windows machine. So we can go on to that. It redirects you to the GitHub page. You can go through the different README stuff, what exactly it is all about, the prerequisites and anything. And it also provides you the link for download the latest installer. It definitely comes with an uninstaller also. So in case you don't really need the software, you can uninstall it and save some space on your PC. So let's click on the download the latest installer, and it moves you to the page where all the setup options are there. So primarily we have NVM no install zip checksum, or setup zip. So we definitely want a setup one. We click on that, it starts downloading it over here, and there is an NVM which was already downloaded by me, so that's why it's creating a new version. So once it is downloaded, you can just open up that particular file, and it contains the necessary nvm setup.exe. Double click on that to run it. Once it starts running it, it is going to ask you the accept the agreement, which we are going to accept it. It would check up for the folder installation for NVM. Okay, we accept the by default folder. Of course, you have a privilege to change the path, or wherever you want a particular path for the installation, you can do that. Click on the next, and it is gonna ask you for the Node.js symlink, which is like exactly from where the Node.js installations it will try to read or would install all those Node.js installations. So by default, it automatically picks up the path. This path was definitely the same path where we installed the Node.js, and then we move on to the next, and we definitely say install. So once we install it, the NVM setup would automatically detect, okay, which version of Node is already installed. Do you want to NVM to control this version? Yes, we definitely want this version to be controlled, as I've already done this installation. So that's why it says Node.js will be overwritten and all the contents will be lost. Do you really want to proceed it? Yes. So it takes like less than a minute to really complete that. So we finish it off. So just in order to check now whether the NVM has been installed or not, I'm gonna run my terminal window in administrator mode. And okay, so let's see if we run this command just in order to verify whether NVM was installed or not. And if you see a list of options, yes, NVM has been installed and it is definitely working. If I want to see the list available for all the Node JS that I can install, I can use this command nvm list available. Click on that. It would give you all the list of the Node.js that can be installed on this system with current, LTS, old stable or old unstable. And if we just run the command nvm list, so it definitely gives me three options: 16.6.2, 16.6.0, 15.14.0. And if you see, there is a star against 16.6.2 because that's the by default version which we have installed and is being used. If I want to use 15.14.0, so I can say nvm use 15.14.0 and press enter. Now yes, it's started using version 15.14.0, though I've not installed it. It was previously installed, so that's why I was able to see it. But if we really want to install any another version, which I can showcase, nvm install, and you can choose a list which was available to you, and you can install any particular version. So let's say if I want to install 15.13.0 also, so I can just say nvm install this, and it would try to install that version also on our local machine with the help of npm and other stuff. It would do some necessary stuff and does the installation of the same version on your local Windows machine. So will take a little while, not much, depending upon your bandwidth, your internet speed, and your computer machine. Oh, it's looks good. So now that version is also installed. So if we just want to see that nvm list, so now you can see version 15.13.0 is also listed, and there is a star against 15.14.0 because that was the one which we made it by default. So if we just want to use 16.6.2 again, so we just use this command npm use this version, and now this becomes the default version for Node.js on our Windows machine. So this is how the Node version manager definitely helps us to install multiple versions of Node on our PC, and it definitely helps to control different versions. Sometimes we have certain legacy projects which need a particular version of Node, so you can definitely use a Node version, let's say an older one or a legacy one which we really want to use. And let's say you're going to work for a newer project which uses the latest version of the Node, so you definitely want multiple installations based upon the project, whatever you want to work with. NVM can help you to do so, and NVM can also help you to work with those projects. I hope, guys, this definitely makes sense to you. People who have not used Node version manager on Windows or Node.js on Windows would definitely find this video useful for them. I'll be definitely back with another video on Node.js, how to work with Node.js or certain other concepts, as I've received some feedback from my subscribers. Till then, wish you a very best of luck. A very good morning or good afternoon or good night to all the people around the world or all the subscribers. Once again, do subscribe to my channel if you have not done it, and definitely let me know about the videos what you would like to watch in the coming times by commenting it on this video or by sending me an email. I'll definitely try to create the videos on the concepts or which you really want to learn or you really want to try out. Thank you once again. Hope to see you in the next video.